Oh, I still have you on the phone.
We'll stay on the phone until we know the computer audio is working, so then we can communicate. Or I'll just put it by the phone here, and everybody can have really crappy audio. Put the phone by the computer.
But then they'll hear the like bounce back or whatever. It'll be
Feedback.
Feedback. And they'll see my whine tongue.
You just need to be able to see if anybody can tell. Yet again, audio problems.
Yeah.
It's so obnoxious.
100%.
I'm sorry.
No, it doesn't bother me.
Pulling up on the phone.
I'm not a YouTube
We're
commenter.
playing on our own phone. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Are we on? Let's see.
Okay. Looking at myself on the phone. That works. Hey guys.
100%.
Oh.
Oh, I should probably hang up the phone.
Okay, we'll talk to you later. Pros or whatever.
I can't hear. Oh, play. We're frozen.
Okay, are we on? Let's see. Do-do.
Okay. Looking at myself on the phone. That works. Hey guys.
Nope, that's not gonna work.
We are live, right?
We are live,
Yeah.
but we can't hear Rochelle or Clay at the moment.
No.
Grab the computer and throw it through the back.
Ah. All right.
Whew.
You can hear us now?
I got them. Holy cow. It came into my earballs like it was on fire.
We could hear you on the lot. Like if I went to YouTube and watched it live, I could hear you, but it was also not live. It was delayed by 10 seconds. So that was not going to work.
Okay, so we're good now. Start talking about our time.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. We're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Man, guys,
you,
everyone
guys.
out there, the patience level of our fan base, thank you so much. As much as we've gone failing, but we'll keep at it. Anyway, tonight is a great night.
It is a great night.
It is a really great night. So much time and energy goes into a release night and just a new series in general. And the Giordano's put in a ton of time into this one, literally
Good.
30 days or more of
Yeah.
every second of your waking hour. And then we've been working on it. Let's see, when we get the footage, we got the footage,
Like April 1st or something.
April 1st or so, got
Is
it.
that right? You
So
shipped it.
we're
to
only
us.
6 weeks in, and we got 5 episodes that are pretty much polished and ready to go out. We have watched all 5. It's cool because you'll see this story. Tonight is obviously the preparations of getting ready to go to the Arctic. There's a lot of considerations. You'll see us tackle some, things that we knew were going to be a challenge. But then, what else? We started this process of becoming a series. I think we first pitched the solo series just after Christmas, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah, so this is one of the
Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. You came after Christmas or right before. I can't remember. It's like all fuzzy, but just before. Yeah, and then we kind of soaked on it and we got it all put together, and then we went and pitched it to sponsors, and they said, "Yep, that sounds cool." And within a month, 2 months of that, you were on the road. It's the fastest turnaround series that we've ever produced.
Good job.
To date. Thank you.
That's
A lot of people don't know that, like how long it takes to produce, like the South America series. It was a 2-year process before that thing went live. By the time that we, attempted it the first time, couldn't get all the funding that we needed, went back, did another year of fundraising, finally was able to go, then went to post-production, then released it. I mean, it takes a long time. This is record speed.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It was really fun. Richard and Ashley, would you tell everybody kind of what is different about this series and why it is significant.
Right.
Can
You're
you
up.
give it a stab?
Oh no, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So typically on an XO trip, as you might know, there's usually a big team that goes out, and I think was it the Great Pursuit that was the biggest team and the most vehicles that have ever gone out? Is that true?
Well, there were
The
Maybe.
Great Pursuit had
Yeah.
A lot of people.
the Great Pursuit was a lot because we had a toy hauler plus the TH610 and all of our kids plus all the it was a lot of people. I think there was 13 people on one of those trips. It was a animal house on the road.
So with this series, it's called the solo series for a reason, because one vehicle, one team. And so we were out there all on our own, fending for ourselves and filming along the way. And so definitely different.
And it was fun because we are used to the whole one truck, two people situation, but
Yeah.
filming the entire thing was a whole other animal.
Yeah.
Especially when it was dipped down as below, I think it was as cold as minus 33 or 35
Celsius.
Fahrenheit.
Oh.
Celsius. So
Yeah.
it was all the same in
That's
that.
pretty much the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once your eyelids freeze shut and your boogers freeze in your nose, it's all the same.
100%.
It's just cold.
It's just cold.
And
Yeah.
this was different
It's
for you
cold.
guys because you
This is the first time
were
you've been-
at home while we were out and about.
Yeah.
That's right.
How was that? We never really talked about it.
Yeah.
You know, it was really, and I want like everybody out there to hear this, that it was really cool. And the reason it was cool is because Expedition Overland, we've never wanted XO to just be like the Clay and Rochelle show or whatever. We see this as bigger. It's a lot more than that. And we see it now with the solo series being able to grow past just us, you know, and having to be there because your guys' perspective on the world and your ability to travel and go do things is different from all kinds of other people's. And you know what I mean? It's fun to see different people go do it. And it's really cool as a company to have grown to the point where we have people on the team that we can trust to go do that you have the skill sets, and then we are able to fund it and say, this is beyond what I ever foresaw 10 years ago when we started XO of what we could be doing. That wasn't even part of the dream at that point. So we surpassed it. So I think it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you guys did a good job, as they will see.
Thank you for trusting us.
You're welcome. Yeah.
It was fun.
You
Thanks
bet. So I think you're welcome. How is it, by the way?
It's great.
It's great.
It's still stuck in Canada.
It's true. Yeah. We've been spotted a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Sorry,
Cool.
Say it again.
I didn't hear that. I don't know if our internet service
Right on.
not the best over here. But
So we do have.
might be slow.
Can you hear me now?
I
I
can
got
hear you
you.
now. Yeah.
I'm all done with
Hear
lunch.
me just fine? Okay.
So you can hear you. So we do have a giveaway
Yeah.
name. We did a giveaway in honor of launching this new series. We're going to do one every week as episodes come out. Nikki texted that to me earlier tonight. I just need to find it. So, kind of little, and then we're going to end with bigger giveaway items. So, this first week is for Joe Covert one. Please email us at info@xoverland.com or prize pack. So hat, shirt, stickers, patches, the whole deal. So thank you to everyone that entered. You will get more chances, I promise. We'll kick off another one here really soon. That was my announcement.
It's been a long day.
I
Big
bet.
day.
Okay.
Man,
I'm even spotting from my LTE.
epic storm rolling through Bozeman right now. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's
Yeah, but same.
gnarly out there.
We're not that far north.
Yeah.
So
I am using my hotspot for my phone and it's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
not.
right now you sound like Johnny Five from.
We're on 5G. Is that a problem?
All right.
Salty.
Okay. We need to build.
It's be working better now.
I'm sorry, guys.
Wow.
Train wreck.
Train. Maybe it's us. It's probably us.
It might be.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? I can hear you.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the question I had for you, Richard, was what did you learn about the film process? Because you've done filming and projects before. We've worked on the Lexus commercial. You've done your own Toyota stuff in Canada and other projects. But, you went on to this, set, so to speak, if we were to call it keep it in the film terms, what did you guys pull from it? What did you realize, because there's a lot of people out there that want to shoot shows and tell their stories, even if it's just for their family. What could we give them?
So the biggest thing was that it is stressful making sure that you shoot enough, and especially content that's interesting. It's just, I think for 30 days, it was just shoot all day, make notes of what we think the storyline is going to be, see if there's any gaps that we need to fill, and always thinking that we're not shooting enough. Because the whole reason we're up there is like, well, we're there to explore and to see new things, but the film process is the main reason we're there. So has to be the priority over everything. And making sure that was
what got you there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work. It's a lot.
It's a lot of work.
I think a lot of times too, certain things happen that you don't expect. Like we're trying to do shots in certain areas and it's kind of hard sometimes because of the conditions, or you have to really think about, well, there's nowhere to pull over off of the highway in the winter because there's all this snow piled up, and thinking about how cold it is when you're operating the drone, and there are all these factors that made it a little bit more challenging. And the other thing too that was pretty cool was reviewing the footage pretty consistently, so we could see, well, actually maybe we should be using this camera instead of this camera at the beginning, and we found that we were getting better and better as time went on, and we're also more comfortable in front of the camera as time went on. So I think the footage looks or seems better the further you go into it.
Yeah. And another thing was that when it's minus 30 whatever out, those LCD screens on the cameras do not react very fast. So there are plenty of times afterwards where I was like, that's not in focus, or that's not in focus, but I just couldn't see.
Yeah.
They get very hard to work in the cold. Your batteries don't last. They do funny things. They just quit working all of a sudden. Yeah, they do. Funny stuff happens in the cold.
Yeah. But it was fun. It was really fun being able to share the whole story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see a couple tips that we could give the audience. If you're looking at making films for yourself, a couple things. Always shoot coming into camp and leaving camp. It's a basic staple of what we do. No matter what, you need that for the transitional statement, for the transitions and scenes. So always shoot coming in, coming out. Even if it's late and it's 1 a.m. and you're tired, that camera guy's got to get out and go film it, which is what you guys did. You got to put the time in because you can't go back and get it. And a lot of times you know, if you want to be a good storyteller and you want to be a good cinematographer and do things like you guys are doing, you got to edit.
Mhm.
You got to be an editor. And that way you can go back, go into the field, and you're shooting for the edit versus just shooting for coverage because you think it might be cool. You actually you start to run an edit, which I know you guys were doing. You had an edit running in your head.
Yeah.
And that's how we went from a 5-part series. Well, originally it was going to be 4, and it was going to be 10 minutes each. That was the goal. And then Clay, I'm speaking in third person. And because Clay steps in and says, "Oh no, this could be longer," because we started looking at the footage that you guys said, and it says, "No, this will hold 18 to 22 minutes," and that's critical because as long as the story holds, you should tell it, right?
Yeah.
And so the way that you guys shot and covered even though it was just the 2 of you, we went from a 10-minute per episode to I think tonight's 21 minutes or something, and our longest is 30. And you get a great job. I mean, you shot a lot of good stuff, and we still took things out, but it was great. Yeah, good job.
It was fun. It was also fun because we weren't part of the editing process other than throwing our 2 cents in from back here or up here, and so it was fun seeing it progress into a story, and especially when it progressed into a story that we planned on it turning into.
Yeah.
And other things that we didn't plan. It's nice to have that
little surprise every once in a while.
Life throws things in the way of your story, but sometimes it actually works out for the best. So
yeah,
it's good.
Absolutely. You got to be ready for it, and when you see it, you jump on it.
Yeah, 100%. The best part of the story was, or there were multiple times when this happened, but it was always when something went wrong. 100% the most entertaining parts of the series.
And we had to force ourselves to keep filming. Like if something bad happens, you just make sure you just keep filming it because
just keep filming.
That's what's interesting.
Yeah.
So.
And that's especially hard when there are 2 people because usually you want support from your loved one instead of a camera in your face. But
you get used to it.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are self-discipline to work towards the camera versus just like, all right, we'll put the camera down, we'll sort it out, and then come back.
No.
We are always talking about trying to be ahead of the story and not behind it, you know? And that's really tough on you. Yeah.
And we also knew when we were behind the story. Like there were a few times when it's like, okay, next time we gotta fix that.
Yep.
Yep.
Rapid
They
learning.
did great. You would know. Yep. Trial by fire. So everyone out there, you're seeing people, Giordano's going out and shooting a 4-part series. You know, we shot most of all of episode 1 is here in our preparations. You'll see that tonight. And then it leads to the 4-part series where the Giordano's went and shot everything entirely on their own. And kudos to you guys. It's amazing.
Thank you.
It's good. Really great. And then we kept some of the XO elements. I'm still the narrator in the episode. We still put it together, and we were still part of the team that are part of your problem solving team back at the hangar.
Yeah.
And our original intention was to have you guys come back to the hangar and in the show, and I think, and eventually you will. And the solo series is intended to be that way. There's a truck that leaves the hangar and eventually comes back to it. And that's the beginning and the end of any series. But man, this whole coronavirus thing got in the way, threw some big wrenches in the mix. We had to adapt. Even here at the office, we got all of the edits, all of the hard drives in from you guys. And we were here for 1 day as a team before the governor said, okay, we're going to go into our action plans where you're going to stay at home. So that I put a sponsor update out, and then 30 minutes later, the governor came on TV and like blew up everything that I just told everybody else. and then we just said, okay, stop everything that you're doing right now. dispersed the footage. We went down to Costco and bought hard drives and split all the assets into 5 different hard drives and put them to 5 different editors, and they all went home and cut on them. It's the first time in history that we have ever done that at Expedition Overland.
Yeah.
It's always been cut on the servers in the hangar right here, working together. We all had to go, and then they would upload it. We were using a great service called Frame.io, and we were all able to interact, and we got it done. I mean, you got home 6 weeks ago, and we
Yeah.
have a 5-part series that's pretty much ready, and yeah, pretty much ready. One
I'm
is
glad
certainly
the
ready.
footage
Which is
arrived.
good.
Yes.
Say that. Say that. Again.
Glad the footage arrived safely to you.
Yeah, we were mailing stuff across international borders, and
Yeah, I sent that
had
first
backup.
hard drive from Inuvik, so it was a long ways away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks to get here,
That's amazing.
and it did. So,
All
well,
right,
we just
we
have a
can-
few minutes. Yeah.
We can wrap up if they have any final thoughts that you guys want to say to everybody who's gonna watch this soon. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for freezing your buns off.
It made it way easier when we were cold and things were going wrong, when we knew it would make for a better story and that people would enjoy the suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because otherwise I just would have been cold and upset. But
And it was a totally different kind of challenge for us, which was really exciting, and we learned a lot. So we're really excited that we can share the things that we learned and our experiences with others.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so cool.
Awesome.
This is a great travel series. I think it's at the very epic heart of overland travel, long distance, self-sustained travel. You know, it's not all about 4-wheel drives and all that. It's about the whole picture, where you are, the people you meet, the places you see. It's the full picture of what truly makes overlanding great.
Yeah.
So with that, thanks for joining us tonight. The show starts in just 3 minutes. We're going to hop on over to the YouTube premiere. And yeah, I think we're good. I hope everybody out there, thanks for joining in. Thanks for putting up with all the storm and the sound issues, and enjoy the show. Yeah.
perfect. Thank you guys. We'll see you over there too. We'll hop on.
Enjoy.
All right, sounds good.
Sounds
See you
good.
soon.
Good night,
See ya.
everybody.